You know, sometimes you just have to sit down and watch a feel-good movie. Hi everybody, I'm Luke Filmboss, and today I will be reviewing Disney's Cinderella 2015. There's nothing about the live-action Cinderella that I really want to get into, nothing that really stands out in any big way. It's just a really fun, feel-good movie that I really enjoyed, and I like some of the differentiations that they did with it from the animated classic. So I'm just going to give some of my thoughts on it real quick. I like the well-developed father-son relationship that they built between the king and his son. I just like what they did there, and it's one of the better parts of the live action compared to the animated, because the son never says a word to his father in the animated version, so I like that they incorporated the father and son's relationship into the story. I like what this movie does with the stepsisters. It doesn't make them ugly on the outside. In fact, they're actually quite good looking. Not to a Cinderella standard, of course, but they don't look bad. This movie makes them ugly on the inside through their attitudes and personalities. However, they have this childlike way of thinking and acting, this very immature, childlike sense to them due to the way they were raised, that you see potential in them as people that in the future they could become respectable people who live good lives, but you never are rooting for them because of the way they treat Cinderella, and so they serve their purpose in this movie. Of course, I have to mention Cate Blanchett as the stepmother. She was spot on. I could go in deep to her character. She was very well developed, but I think I'm just going to leave it at she did a great job. She was a menacing villain while not being truly evil, and she was just great. Lily James's performance as Cinderella is almost as enjoyable in this movie as Cinderella in the animated version. I loved the blue ball gown that she wears to the ball. It is gorgeous. Disney really outdoes themselves with the dresses in these live-action reimaginings, and Cinderella's gown in this movie is definitely at the top of the list. This movie also, the script really develops the story of Cinderella's parents dying and the abuse that she goes through, and it really makes her a compelling character that you have compassion for and care about. Just like in the animated, this story is just so captivating that it really takes a hold of your heart, and there's just some connection between the audience and the story that just makes it enjoyable, and you're rooting for Cinderella the whole time. You want to see her have her happily ever after. One thing that I didn't like about this movie is that they made the Count into a semi-bad guy. I mean, I loved him in the animated version. He was such a good guy. He was funny, and I don't know why they would try to make him into a villain. I mean, why, Disney? One thing that this movie does lack is the fun that the animated film had. The live action is still very fun and enjoyable, but there's just so many fun sequences with the mice and such in the animated version that this movie just lacks. And I know they were going for more of a realistic approach in the story, and that was fine, and I like what they did with it, but it's just lacking that bit of childish fun that the original animated had. However, this movie does have the same heart and magic of the story that the original had, and so this is a very good reimagining that takes what was good and makes it good, and maybe sometimes better, sometimes worse, but it's overall a very clever, very straightforward reimagining of the story, and I am very happy that Disney chose to reimagine this one into live action. Cinderella 2015 is a feel-good movie that you can just sit at home and watch with your family and have a great time. I give it an 85% in quality, an 85% for enjoyment, for an overall even score of 85%. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell to help you be on the lookout for more videos from Luke Filmboss.